Alright, I know I haven't filmed much lately, but took the door off today with my dad. I'm trying to match this rocker panel, which actually fits okay up here, even though I'm gonna have to weld more of a brace inside of there. The clamp is going through rust holes, which is actually kind of convenient, but going through rust, but I need to be able to tack to something, and there's not much there, so I'm gonna have to make something for that. The back isn't lined up amazing. I kind of been using this wrench to kind of get me set closer, but I want to make sure that the door doesn't hit back here when you go to shut. It almost seems like I need to cut that and let that slide in a little more, which sucks because I can't really extend that back. I mean, I guess I could pie cut it here, but it's a lot of work for a replacement that I thought would fit a little better, even though I know better, but whatever. I just want to make sure the door shuts properly. That's one of the things that drives me the craziest on my short bed. So I'm working on. I don't know what else I showed you guys. I don't know, cleaning the valve covers, starting to get all that ready, waiting on a rebuild kit for the carb. Distributor's ready, water pump's on. Need to grab some hoses, alternator, battery, little things. It's getting close. Alright, so this is what it looks like, all cut out. What I'm going to replace, I might replace more this way than I had expected. Whatever, just some welding. That all cut out. I'm going to replace some of this so I have something to attach to, but I also need to I don't know, figure out what I'm going to do to replace this cab mount, because it slides in there, but this bolt is welded and it looks like would be a pain to get loose, but I also don't want to have to lift my cab 10 inches. Find a way. Or plug weld it, whatever you want to call it. And then that's that side. I need to clean that up. I need to replace that little strip down there. Alright, somewhat. Clean all that up. Crazy. Some welding. So that's what it's looking like. This is all the metal. All rusty metal that came out. I love trucks that have rust. Those are my new pieces. I had to cut this. It wasn't really fitting well. There's my door. That's next. I'm just going to replace all of that. And I got to replace all that anyway. Alright, we're back. I'm still just cleaning up. All that metal's gone. Like I said, I think I'm going to fix some more of that. I cannot get underneath there. And I don't know if they spot welded it to that side. I don't see spot welds up here going all the way through. So that's staying. That metal seems pretty solid. I'm not really stressing it. I'm just gonna cut my new piece down, butt weld it in, and then weld up all that. Not my favorite, but that's what's happening. So that'll work. 101. You need a piece. Put this back support in. I'm gonna mark that, fix all that. Definitely fix a lot more metal on this side than I wanted. So that's what's going on. This air chisel is really handy. I've been using a grinder. I'm gonna kind of clean up everything down here before I start welding things in my way. That way I can access. I want to get all that undercoating off. That way I can actually weld to it. I do think I could get better access if I took that wheel well off, but it's staying on. So it is going to be what it is. I was going to have to grind on that weld out, but no, but I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to take it off. So I'm trying to do things the best I can, but I'm also not going to spend weeks fixing this. Alright, I've been sucking at filming, but when I don't film I get more done. So this did not fit very good, I'll tell you that. That's the old line where the old one came off. So I cut it appropriately, and then now I'm gonna have to make a little piece and fill that in. I mean, you don't totally have to because your weather stripping sits behind it. I'm gonna try that clip in weather stripping this time, but I had to make all sorts of pieces up there. That gap is really tight, but I think it's tight because the fender is back. That's how it was before. But this gap in the back sucks. I'm really not happy about that. I want that to be butted up a little better. I might end up cutting that off, sliding it back, and then welding a strip in since I need to replace that anyway, but I really wish that rocker fit better. I don't know if they're all the same, or I don't know. I bought it from some guy out at Carlisle, so I think it's. Well, I think I bought this at a separate place, but that's next. Well, not next, but next I'm gonna do this inner piece that sits behind the rocker. I need to measure, cut back here, butt that all up. I'm gonna run a butt weld all the way across there. Tack it to the rocker down here, and then weld in the rest appropriately. I know I had to make a little shield so it protects my glass over there. So I haven't really filmed anything today, but getting all these patch panels ready. These back ones looking alright. I had to kind of bend to match up with that. I'm going to try to fill that spot in. I'm just kind of getting them all tacked in. I need to make a little weird bend spot for that, which is going to suck. And then I got two pieces. Like I said, I think this is kind of rusted out. It's hard to weld to, so I think I'm going to make a little patch to come farther over. But that's what she's looking like. Actually has some metal on it now. Trying to deflect sparks. Alright, got some more patches in. I don't really know last I filmed, but I'm gonna tack that in tomorrow. I gotta clean up those corners. Make this piece tomorrow. Kind of working a little slow today, but I want it all to look pretty good. I feel like if you throw sloppy stuff in there, that's the standard you set for all of your work. So I'm trying to kind of do it the right way. I want it to. You'll be able to notice it's not original, but I want it to look good in the end. Mainly for myself, you know. This is not a moneymaker or anything like that. This is, you know, you build skill each day that you perform your work the right way. So, taking my time. Hopefully it turns out good. I'm a little curious on this little lip. I'm gonna have to make it so it comes down here so it holds the weather stripping, but it might not have that little edge. We'll see. So, that's how it's looking. Another day of grinding, welding, grinding, cutting. Alright, we're back. Another day. Kind of a late start, but kind of showing you guys. I just kind of made a template to fix this. I kind of cut it a little short down there, but I hadn't cut it into the metal yet, so that's kind of how I've been making my body panels. It has this nice little lip to sit up against, so that should be good. I'm actually gonna fold that bottom in so that it sits kind of like that for a couple reasons. For one, I think it was originally like that for two Then I can just throw little tack welds up it instead of welding it solid. Anything that's butt welded like that, I always weld it solid because I'm kind of anal about it. It takes a lot longer. So this is an old bedside that I had. So I just kind of found the flattest area on here, put my template. I added, 3/8 or half or something for a little bend support behind it. I always like to cut it a little big and then go back and trim where needed. So this bedside was actually in good condition, long bed, but I had to use the back of it, the inside, for my short bed needed. I had to weld the whole inside of that, so that's what I'm working on. I'm about to go to lunch, so I'm trying not to get into this too much, but I would like to get all these pieces ready. I need to bend a special piece for right here, and then once all that's welded, I'm gonna climb up underneath there and weld my cab supports that are on the back side. So I have this board to protect my glass from sparks. If you're lazy and you shoot sparks everywhere, which I've done before a bunch, it pits all your windows. There's no fixing it, I don't think.